All right, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, the head trader at TradeView Markets. It is Monday, June 28th, a little after 11 o'clock Eastern, after Friday, which was the Russell imbalancing. So going back to any of your charts, the majority of charts are skewed with volume, if you will. There was a lot of volume. A lot of it was absorbed throughout the day, if you will. Is evidenced in a low VIX, but we're not short of movement this morning. So let's sign into TradeGate Hub. And we'll get going what's going on today. Okay. For those of you that like to take money on the market on a daily basis, I post, well, this should be relevant because stocks have a tendency of staying hot or active for a couple of days, if you will. These were Friday's movers, Space, Nike, Jax. Okay, now, like I said, sometimes I go off on tangents, sometimes I don't. If I go off on tangent, it's for a reason, okay? So like I said, when I started doing these lists, even paper trade, if you will, or simulate trade, take the top 10 and take the top 10 top and bottom. So let's take Space. Let's take Nike, which acted well. It had good range, a little extended. JKS Solar, RCUS, KMAX acted good with earnings. PUBM, let's go CSIQ and JD. Before, without even, just let's throw them out there. Let's take the bottom ones. VIR, Real, Blue, BBBY. You get the picture, okay? So for the active trader, for those that want to develop a plan, this is tantamount. Here's what I'm showing you, what had the largest range of the day yesterday, what finishes at the highs and the low. For example, JKS, strongest out there. DOX, strongest out there. CRCT, to no surprise. Obviously, the high ones, ALF. I'm giving you the movers. ALF, Sun W, Spice. Not to repeat it, but let's go over again. Get a little excited. Okay, so we started today. Always watch what's going on with Michael Santoli. It's the first. You know what it is? It's the first thing I do. It's a refresher. Pardon me. All right, tactical sentiment. We came in a little bit overbought, but once again, rotation is prevalent. And let me go back to my screen here. You can see half the screen is, look at the oils, bottom left, having a poor day. ConocoPhillips giving back the day. Fang was down $5 at one point. EOG down 3%. Royal Caribbean down 10%, 12%. Lyft giving it all back. Win. The commodities are in the middle. But you want is Bitcoin's doing nicely. Matter of fact, I bought some coin today, but I bought coin at 234 today, by the way. So if I don't remember, that's what it is. Fear and greed in the middle. The SPX a little bit on the extended side today. What is the SPX? It's up 1.50. It's doing nothing. So that's bullish. It's absorbing this movement while being overbought. So as these other stocks like Chevron and the airlines and some financials pull back, and maybe whatever, we have a couple of retailers, Nike, after being up $18 down too, is nothing to me. That I wouldn't flinch at. As a matter of fact, it's a better buy in a dip. So the S&P is absorbing some selling. So it's probably about right here. NASDAQ, say fig, parted. Crude was down nice this morning. Crude at one point was down 77. Well, let me tell you what crude is down. Let's go to what I would do if I need to look for something. TradeGate Hub. Let's look at crude. Let's look at our commodity page. And we see that energy, crude at one point, crude at one point was down 2%. So get back to the room. So listen, let me just jump to the VIX here. With the VIX being unchanged, and at what level is the VIX at right now? Blow this up. I mean, the VIX is doing nothing. So I wouldn't expect many reversals, if you will. So you can't let your losers, you can't hold your losers and sell your winners. That's not what's happening in this type of market. They just keep going up. So crude probably down to the middle, back in the danger zone, if you will, danger zone. Been up early, I apologize. Gold doing nothing. You know what I mean? They're settling in here. Hedge fund, everything except metals are due for a pullback. But the biggest moves come at the end of a cycle, and that's evidence of what's going on with the NASDAQ. Somebody just told me NNOX. What's going on here? Just came across my screen. NNOX. Yeah, NNOX. That goes with Mavis. This goes to these stocks right here. DDD. DDD. Mavis, I didn't buy any. Vuzi. NNDM has been on our list. That looks like a great cup and handle going higher in NNDM. So, NNOX, let me keep an eye on it. Smart guy just told me. Okay. Hedge funds did a little buying here, as you see. So the market needs to absorb a little bit of movement. Going to the sectors, it's self-explanatory. Real estate was a little overbought. I mean, all what I post these for is, and all these charts of the sectors is always to look at the best of breed and see how the best of breeding it does in these respective areas. So let me go back down to what I wrote. The short report, keep this in mind. AMC short interest at a 6-week high. Macy's high short interest. What's Macy's doing? Macy's doing nothing. High short interest. Keep that in mind. PBM, FUB, BBBY, huge short interest. You have to go through it. Workhorse, another one. So all this information I post is consistent, and it's for a reason. MGNI calls were heavy Friday. What's that doing? That was up like $1. That was up more. That was up $1.50. That helped the family if you had it. MGNI, GMS, NCLH, HPI, and NDM calls. Goldman indicator, not even stretched. So there's cash on the sidelines with this rotation. With that said, many are stretched, but indicators likely above that say that there are least buyers in the rotation. The VIX says that too. We post the ARC trades, NTLN, NTLA. Somebody told me, how can I pull it? Somebody told me about this on Friday, the chart, and I looked at it, and it looked great. Had a triple top, and the rest of them. CRSP, another one that somebody gave me. I didn't do it. It had decent volume. It did break out. I wasn't that alert. It didn't come up on my alerts, so I can't really beat myself up over it. You know what I mean? Trade GitHub. Hold on. Make sure I'm sharing this correctly. Okay. Now, sentiment indicator was stretched a little bit, but we're rotating. The movers, back with some early AM movers. I give you the upgrades, the downgrades, and now let me talk about what I wanted to talk about. Tesla. Okay, where's my chart for crying out loud? Tesla. Okay, Tesla had bad news over the weekend. Everybody started to panic, and as Tim Fury would say, this was a perfect example out of relative strength. So let me go to my Twitter feed. I actually think it notifications. Who's talking to me? Thanks, guy. Nio, give me 50. That was a good call on that guy. He's not a bad trader. So let me likes. Tesla news. Let me just get to it. Had the recall. Tesla hitting reverse on nearly 300,000 of its cars were built in China because of a software glitch. So now, all right, if I'm a person that plays relative news, I say, oh my God, Tesla, after having this type of run, it is above all the moving averages, is due for a little bit of a pullback. So I wake up this morning thinking Tesla's going to be down because of the recall, and the stock opens unchanged, and naturally they took it up. And you know what they did? They took up, NIO. They took up the rest of the group with it too. NIO, LI, up 220. Oh, let me give you the quote here. I'm sorry, LI, CCIV. There's the quote up here. CCIV was up huge. FUV. Let's go to EH, another one. EH, oh my God. All right, so EH is going to be in play. And it looked like they're starting to squeeze the Chinese stocks right here. Although Bob is not doing that good. The best of breeds are down, but the other ones are hanging in there. It's kind of a confusing mixed day. And the volume on Friday was the reason for that. So let me punch up into what's moving and what plan and how I'm going to derive, what plan I'm going to come up with today. Okay, these are our movers today. EH, that's my level 2. Anybody wants any questions about how I set this up, or please let me know. Biggest gain. It's okay. So now it's 11:15. So for those that are not that active, I come back and I sit down in my chair and I say, okay, JKS Solar is up $10. Oh my God. On 176% of its volume near the high, I write it down. DQ goes in the same category with it. We should know that. CSIQ, hold on a second. I have too many windows open, but I'm trying to make some points here. TradeGate Hub. Let's go back to Friday's plays. This was Friday. JKS was there. CSIQ was there. So you take a couple of those plays, you write them down like I did. JKS is up 10. CSIQ is up 371. A couple of other ones. What else could you take? And Nike, as I said, was down $2. Big deal. So you had a loser. ASN. So what I'm saying is, over time, these pure plays come to fruition. SSYS, to no surprise, with DDB. NIO, I punched it up before. This is today's list. So if I really want to know what's moving, how about what's moving up in the last 10 minutes? JKS is moving up, and NTLA. These are stocks and JMIA. Oh my Lord, market's really going here. So with that being said, that's how I come up with the plan. Suppose I want to go up with the ones with only the highest volume. I'll go right here in the middle, relative volume. Now, although IKNX is up 10%, it's still, as you can see, well off the high. So I really don't have an interest in it. Suppose JKS naturally is there. So relative volume, let's look what's weak. It has high relative volume. Edit. I'm not going to short it because that had, who's not going to take profits on a 50% winner? EXPE, that's because of the travel stocks. The sexy page right here is Big Poppers. What's up percentage-wise? MRN up 60% on 120 million near the high. It was halted. BTX is going. I'm going to write that down. BTX might go at the end of the day. NCTY is going with the rest of the cryptos. Let me go to my alert list, which I come up with ideas and I post on TGH. What's going up right here now? ITRM, JKS, BTXDQ, BTXDQ, new highs on relative volume. These are where I come up with my plan. QS, turbo breaks up. I got my eye on QS. Space, up big in yesterday. Space, I would watch for that to start to have some short covering. But it has 42 million shares traded. So nobody's saying you got to catch the top of the bottom. But for stock Space, and it does, by the way, it's down 4, but it does have an $8 range on 42 million. Try to take some money out of it. That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? Don't let the position turn into a trade. But like I said, this is what we're here to try to help you with. Go to TG. Let me go to my Twitter feed, if you will. Who's doing stuff? Wish, bullish. Another AMD, Animal, Viacom was all over the board. LI, option play. NIO, bullish. Blink, another EV player. Blink, EV player. Well, we haven't had much lately. Planeteer, a dog. Everybody always plays that stock. I don't know why. AAL, bullish. Pins. Now, when I see all these option activity, this option activity happening, then I go SBEV, new highs on relative volume. We're in it. I love that stock. Let me see that. Yeah, I have 7,000 SBEV. I like it. Anyway, BTX, JKS, not stopping. So, you know what I mean? These are the stocks we have to put money in. So let me go to something a little bit on the tamer side, if you will. Where's my channel bar? They hid it from me. All right. Where's my sector watch? Let me see what sectors are moving if I'm getting a little bit frayed. All right. Obviously, this is the energy stock, which was weak today. So the weakest in the energy stock right now is NOV. And now then I'm going to check the relative volume and NOV. I'm going to check the range and I'm going to check the chart. So I derive my sector strategies from NOV. Okay, NOV. So then we go to the holy trinity, if you will. We look for range, we look for volume, and we look for price action. Price action means if the futures go down and crude goes down, that stock goes along with it. You don't want it to show relative strength. What do we have here? Computer discretionary, Etsy, the strongest on the board. What a chart. Tesla, Best Buy, Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm sorry. So another one I think is what sector right here? The industrials are weak because it says 81% is on the weaker. So actually the financials are weaker. 96% of the financials that I follow are on the weak side. So let me see, go what's the weakest. Zion's weak. Key Corp's weak. AXP, I went short AXP with Bernie Madoff's money, but it's weak. So EMPH breaking high, the solar sector, the hottest sector on the board. Maybe I'm talking too quickly. I apologize, but we move fast here. We have to move fast. We're absorbing a lot of information from everybody. Another strong position of AMD. Wow, AMD, what an animal. So let me go to some other, let's go to stocks that are trending. What are the stocks that are trending for the day? Relative volume on high relative volume. Come on now. INKX, QAD, sorry. Come on with this thing. You know what? Okay. IKNX up 11%, 900% volume, 9,000%. WTT, MRIN, XYF, write that down. It's a ripper. Perry, it's a nice trending stock. AVXL, the Now stock. Mankind. All right. So anyway, let me get back to business. TradeGate Hub. And the second thing I do is I go to my stocks page. Let me make sure I'm sharing correctly. Yeah, I am. I go to my stocks page. So I want to know. Me and the team and I developed this. So if I want to one-stop shopping, if you will, I want to be a TradeGate Hub. I want to look for the top percentage changers. Mandarin. Oh, see that? Everything that's on here is on. You bastard. Is on here. All right, that's where I get it from. I'm not trying to create. I'm not a master of writing algorithms or programs. All I do is I take information and I try to make it better, and I try to articulate it and convey it so you can understand it and process it, whether it's a buy or a sell or a no trade. That's what we try to do, and that's what experience does. So with that being said, it's approaching 11:24. Wednesday is the end of the quarter, so I wouldn't be looking for any pullbacks. A lot of the majority of guys, what they did is they rebalanced with the Russell on Friday. So I wouldn't be looking for anything and it's any major reversals. Oh, look at this. Are you in Jacks at all? Okay, I'll be honest. JKS was my biggest loser of 2020. Let's go to JKS. This was me right here shorting on the parabolic move. It was the strongest stock, I think, in history. It showed relative strength in the history of mankind, going from 23. Hold on. My stomach's nauseous thinking about it. Stock went from 24 to 90 in a month with maybe one pullback. Not even the low floats one, the low floaters. XPEV, let's look at that. that even 20 to even that had a, a nice move. JKS, yeah, I am looking to do it, but the stock ran 36.52. The stock ran $16 in 2 days, but it's obviously short covering. But I want, what I would do with JKS? I would look at the best of breed. I would look at how ENPH is doing near the high. I would look how Fizzler is doing near the high. So that's a good indication for me for JKS. If I want to get sexy, I buy some Sol calls, because Sol is the baby JKS. JKS is Chinese solar. SOL is Chinese solar. So that I have, I also want to, keep that in mind. So JKS, you have to get back on the horse and put your ego aside. If it's in play, it's in play. And a good trader, puts their ego aside and trades it because it has good price action. It's not what it did yesterday. It's what it's doing today. Disney bearish. What else? GOV bullish. EMR, Viacom. VIX come in nicely. Slowly VIX selling. That's bullish. Apparently, while I'm giving this video, bullish things are happening for the positions. Okay. So bottom line is, it's 11:27. I'm going to be posting more info on TradeGate Hub. I'm going to be posting the top list intermittently. You can come derive great ideas. There's 50, 100 stocks right here, and the list goes on. It's just I tailor it to what's best and what's the best of breed and what's worst. So check back a little bit later. I'll be posting. Always trade well. Have a plan. There's not a question I will answer. It's never a bad question. So until then,